The record's been on twice, already in the room. The bossa nova filling up the afternoon with gloom. The curtains doing nothing much about the gray outside, and I am somewhere in between the waking and the tide. The trumpet in the corner of the song plays very far, as if it's coming from a cafe somewhere by a star. I reach for something warm and find my coffee cold, and settle back into the pillow like a story told. The jazz guitar is quiet in the afternoon that blurs the slow dissolve of Sunday into something that occurs between the doing and the being, in the amber space where time goes soft around you and you lose your ordinary face. I dream a little, just the edge of something with a color, a blue or gold or something in between, a little fuller than the room but not quite there, not quite a proper dream, just bossa nova drifting through a worn interior beam. The melody is pulling at the edge of where I am, a gentle invitation to the slow and amber jam of afternoon and semi-sleep and jazz that never ends. The record going round and round until the evening bends. I hear the notes but feel them more, the vibration in the air, the bass becoming something that is neither here nor there, just frequency and feeling in the warm behind the eyes. The bossa nova holding me between the two of skies. The cats of sleep are at the edges of the room. The jazz has got its hands around the afternoon's perfume, and I am going somewhere that is neither here nor day. The trumpet plays its last note and it fades away. Half asleep is not a failure, not a giving in tonight. It's the jazz-lit middle ground between the dark and light. The bossa nova knows this place and plays for those who rest between the worlds. The record spinning, doing its quiet best. The fog came in before the dawn and settled on the park, a bossa nova softness at the edge of leaving dark. The trees are just their outlines now, gray figures in the white, and everything familiar has gone gentle in the light. I walk the path I always walk, but cannot see the end. fog makes every straight road into something with a bend. And somewhere in the mist, a bird is practicing alone, a single instrument performing in a fog-wrapped zone. The bossa nova in my ears is warm against the cool of morning fog and damp air, filling up the pool of chest and lungs with something clean and gray and slow. The jazz guitar appreciates across the wet below. The city is behind the fog. I know because it hums, a distant murmur underneath the quiet that comes when weather puts a curtain up between the world and you, and offers something simpler, just the gray, the fog, the dew. I pass the bench where someone's left an umbrella there, a ghost of someone's evening in the foggy morning air. The droplets on the iron make a sound like brushes slow, like the percussion section tuning somewhere in the low. The bossa nova knows this pace. It was always for the walk, not the sprint, not the arrival, just the quiet talk of footsteps and of breathing, and the way the mist feels clean, and music for the in-between. The fog begins to thin a little as the hour moves, and shapes emerge from light, a building then a groove of pathway leading somewhere I can finally almost see. The bossa nova swelling as the morning comes to be. I stop and hold the moment where the fog is still around, the jazz still playing softly in the foggy morning sound, and let the world emerge at its own patient pace, while I stand in the mist with the music and the space. I put the headphones on and lost the coordinates of here. The lo-fi melody unwound the minutes and the year, and somewhere in the first verse I forgot which room I'm in. The music opened everything and let the self go thin. The notes are doing something that I cannot quite explain. They find the place behind the thoughts that lives beyond the brain, a frequency, a feeling that the body recognizes first, before the mind can categorize or name or rehearse. I am walking through a hallway made entirely of sound, each door another texture in the musical surround, and the melody is moving like a hand that leads me through. The lo-fi built a city, and I'm living in the blue. The bass note is the floor beneath the everything I know. texture is the sky. The melody is the glow of street lamps in an unfamiliar city after dark. Each bar, another corner in the musical park. The lost is not a frightening lost, not the kind that calls for rescue or for finding or for any other halls. It's the lost of the absorbed, of the one who chose to go into the interior of the music's flow. I lose the thread of what I was supposed to be today. The lo-fi melody has taken all the usual away. The to-do and the pending and the name of what comes next. And in their place, the warmth, the rhythm and the text of music writing itself in the space behind my eyes. A moving picture composed entirely of surprise and recognition, since the melody has always known the exact location of the thing I call my home. When the headphones come off finally and the room returns, the melody still lives a little in the way it burns in the chest, a warm residue of having been inside the music and the lost and the surrendered and the ride. I have a box of letters that I've never put to post, each one addressed to someone I have loved the very most. The words are all in order and the sentences are whole, but something always stopped me at the moment of the soul. The lo-fi plays its patient loop beside the desk and lamp. The tea has cooled in waiting while I read the old and damp words that I had written in the 2 a.m. of before, when everything felt urgent and I went to find the door of language for the feeling, but the door kept closing tight. The letter written folded, never traveling to light of any other eyes except the ceiling of the room and the lo-fi beat beside me in the comfortable gloom. Dear someone in the autumn, dear another in the spring, dear the person I was different with, who showed me what I bring. When I am at my softest and my truest and most clear, these letters sitting folded in the box I keep right here. I wonder if they'd matter, if the words would still apply, if the people who I wrote them to would even wonder why. So late, so long, so after all the relevant has passed, whether a letter from before can last. The lo-fi crackle reads them over my shoulder as I sit. And maybe this is enough, this witness, this small acknowledgement that I had wanted to reach out and say the things that I kept folding and keeping in the gray. I take the oldest letter out and read it start to end. The writing of a younger me around an older pen. The feelings are still true, but the occasion has gone past. Yet something in the writing makes the feeling somehow last. I fold it back and set it with the others in the row. The lo-fi plays on softly and the evening starts to slow. The letters never sent are not a failure of the nerve. Their feelings turn to writing, held in careful and in curve. Curve. The full moon found the rooftop at the stroke of 10 or near, and everything it touched it turned to silver, cold and clear. The bossa nova from the speaker running off my phone was filling up the moonlit air with something not alone. I brought a blanket and a thermos and your favorite song. The playlist set for 2 hours, set for the whole long descent of the evening into something that the moon provides. When all the daylight's gone and something silver slides. The city underneath the moon looked different than the day. The edges softened, everything washed to blue and gray. The bossa nova knew the moon had always played for it. The way the music opened up inside the moonlit split between the here and somewhere, between the real and dream. You lay back on the blanket and you let the moonlight stream across your face. And I played quiet jazz guitar, each note ascending slowly to its nearest star. The trumpet on the playlist found a phrase that fit the night. A long slow golden ribbon in the silver moonlit sight. And we were just 2 figures on a roof above the town, while somewhere in the city people tried to put it down, to sleep, to rest, to close the day, to let the Tuesday go. While we were up here open to the lunar undertow. The bossa nova playing for the moon and for the 2 who climbed up here to find the night and find each other too. The thermos emptied slowly as the hours found their groove. The moon moved in its ancient and indifferent remove across the sky above of us while the playlist gave its best. The jazz and bossa nova for the moonlit all-night rest. I'd live up here forever if the morning wasn't planned. Just moonlit rooftop bossa nova and your hand. The silver on the city and the music in the air, and nothing that we needed that we didn't have right there. The room got very quiet at 3:15. Just the lo-fi playing barely, and the sound of me breathing, which I'd never really noticed quite this way. The inhale and the exhale making all they had to say. I pressed my fingers to my wrist and found the steady pulse, the heartbeat in the silence, like a small and patient hope of rhythm underneath the quiet, underneath the low. The first percussion that I ever learned to know. The lo-fi beat was mirroring the beat inside my chest. Two rhythms in the silence, finding some kind of rest in each other, overlapping, never quite in sync, but close enough to make me stop and think about the music that is always running in the bone, the hum of blood and working in the cellular alone, the way the body holds its rhythm all these years, through all the joy and sorrow, through the laughing and the tears. The heartbeat in the silence is the oldest lo-fi song, a track that started before birth and will keep running long. The drum machine before all drum machines were thought, the rhythm that no human hand has ever taught. I lay my palm against my chest and feel the faithful beat, and the lo-fi player loops above this meeting and this feat of pulse and song and silence, and the body's patient art, the music that has always been the beating of the heart. The quiet room holds both of them, the lo-fi and the flesh, the ancient and the modern rhythm pressing fresh against each other in the 3 a.m. of still, the heartbeat in the silence, patient, present, real. I close my eyes and let the two rhythms have the room, the lo-fi and the heartbeat and the quiet amber gloom, and feel in the duration of that small and private space that I am held by something older than the lo-fi's grace. The alarm had nothing to say today, and I agreed. The Sunday light came slowly, with no particular need. It pulled upon the floorboards like it had nowhere to be. The lo-fi from the bedside speaker, playing just for me. I lay there for an hour in the warm between the sheets, the world outside proceeding with its minimal feats, a distant church bell doing its one piece of work, while I did absolutely nothing and let the morning lurk. The coffee made itself eventually, or close enough. I poured it with an ease that's harder on the other stuff of weekdays and of schedules and the pressure of the clock. The Sunday moves without a key, without a lock. I put the record on the old way, needle on the groove, the lo-fi jazz inviting everything to slow and move at roughly the same pace as clouds and drifting bread. The lazy Sunday filling up the space inside my head. The cat is on the windowsill conducting nothing at all, just watching how the pigeons manage every small and pigeon necessary thing below the window frame, with the gravity of one who takes no part in any game. I read 3 pages of a book and think about a nap. The lo-fi does its patient thing inside the warm lap of afternoon. That Sunday is no urgency, no, and just the book and the music and the slow and patient bend. The light moves room to room the way it always does, the afternoon becoming evening in the amber buzz. A lazy Sunday going nowhere, being just the warm and slow receiver of the lo-fi love and trust. The last of the day is gentle, and the night has nothing planned. The lo-fi loops its comfort, and I finally understand. The rest is not a failure, and the Sunday is not lost when nothing is accomplished, and the lazy has no cost. The bottle on the table caught the light from the lamp. The amber inside it darker than the night outside the camp. Of city sounds, and somewhere in the stereo the cool lo-fi jazz was doing what the lo-fi jazz was too. I poured 2 fingers slowly, watched it settle into glass, and thought about the things that have a habit of to pass. The years and the occasions, and the people and the rooms, the way that whiskey holds the warmth of what it long assumes. The record was from 1960 something, hard to say, pressed before I was a thought, yet playing here today. And what is time except a thing that music steps across? The lo-fi and the whiskey make the reckoning a loss. I settle into the chair that knows the shape of me by now, and let the evening have its way. Let the record show me how to be without an agenda, without purpose or a plan, just whiskey and the music and a long and patient man. The saxophone is talking in a language close to sleep. Not quite the words for anything, but more than what we keep. Between the notes, the silence has a texture of its own, like whiskey on the palate, finding layers you haven't known. I think of all the saloons and the jazz clubs and the late establishments where whiskey and the music have a date. Each night across the decades, in the cities and the dark, two old collaborators keeping company and spark. The lo-fi crackle is the fire crackling in the hearth, a warmth without a furnace, just the records given worth. And whiskey is the other warmth that starts inside the chest and spreads into the afternoon and does its patient best. Another pour, another track, another quiet hour. The whiskey and the jazz are doing what they do for power, of making night feel livable and making time feel slow. And I am in the amber, where the lo-fi songs still go. Taxi's at the curb and I have 20 minutes more. The bossa nova playing in the lobby near the door. We said the things that matter and some things we didn't mean. And now the last of it is this moment in between. The saxophone is doing what the saxophone knows how. That long and aching language of the here and now, and how the things we feel refuse to fit inside the ordinary and need the music to carry what the words cannot carry. I look at you and try to hold the image that you make in this specific lighting in this lobby, for the sake of something I will reach for in the months and years from now. A photograph inside the mind that time won't quite allow to stay completely sharp. I know the edges always go, but for this moment everything is still, and I still know the way your coat sits on your shoulder, the way your hands are always slightly restless when the goodbye understands. The bossa nova rises in the lobby and we smile, because the music knows that we've been here a little while, doing what we do, which is to love without a plan. And now the taxi's waiting and the goodbye began. We hug the way you hug when hugging is the whole speech, and all the words already said are somewhere out of reach. The saxophone its own goodbye, a long and bending note ascending to the lobby sky. The door is glass and I can see the taxi in the street, the driver patient in the ordinary seat. You walk me to the door and there we pause and turn. One last bossa nova playing in the lobby burn. Of light and feeling, bittersweet and whole and done. I step outside into the cold beneath the morning sun, and hear the music fading and your footsteps going back. The bossa nova's still inside me, like a golden track. The night had something soft tonight, a texture to the dark, like velvet pressed against the city, muffling every spark of sound and edge and urgency into a lower key. The lo-fi playing underneath it all for you and me. I stepped outside at midnight just to feel it on my face, the velvet night absorbing all the usual city rays, and in its place a quietness with weight and depth and grain, the kind of night you want to touch and touch and touch again. The street lamps were surrounded by their halos in the damp, each one a little planet with its own soft amber lamp. And nothing was insisting, and no one was requiring, just the velvet of the night and all its soft conspiring. The lo-fi in my earphones was the music of the felt, the plush and patient texture of the cards that night has dealt, the basic kind of pressure and the treble like the thread of something woven carefully for the almost dead. Of day, the world between the urgent and the sleep, the velvet hour where the city starts to go more deep inside itself, less surface, less the noise of showing up, more the low and patient drinking from an older cup. I walk 3 blocks and back again inside the velvet dark, the lo-fi beat, the only clock, the only remark on time's passage through the softness of the midnight air, the velvet night impartial to my being there. The things that press on me by day were muffled in the cloth of this particular midnight, patient as the moth that circles round the lamp without a destination set, just living in the light of the moment and the wet. I went back and eventually the velvet stayed outside, outside, the lo-fi's patient hum, the velvet night surrounding everything to come. The record's been on twice, already in the room. The bossa nova filling up the afternoon with gloom. The curtains doing nothing much about the gray outside, and I am somewhere in between the waking and the tide. The trumpet in the corner of the song plays very far, as if it's coming from a cafe somewhere by a star. I reach for something warm and find my coffee cold, and settle back into the pillow like a story told. The jazz guitar is quiet in the afternoon that blurs the slow dissolve of Sunday into something that occurs between the doing and the being, in the amber space where time goes soft around you and you lose your ordinary face. I dream a little, just the edge of something with a color, a blue or gold or something in between, a little fuller than the room but not quite there, not quite a proper dream, just bossa nova drifting through a warm interior beam. The melody is pulling at the edge of where I am, a gentle invitation to the slow and amber jam of afternoon and semi-sleep and jazz that never ends. The record going round and round until the evening bends. I hear the notes but feel them more, the vibration in the air, the bass becoming something that is neither here nor there, just frequency and feeling in the warm behind the eyes. The bossa nova holding me between the two of skies. The cats of sleep are at the edges of the room. The jazz has got its hands around the afternoon's perfume, and I am going somewhere that is neither here nor day. The trumpet plays its last note and it fades away. Half asleep is not a failure, not a giving in tonight. It's the jazz-lit middle ground between the dark and light. The bossa nova knows this place and plays for those who rest between the worlds. The record spinning, doing its quiet best. fog came in before the dawn and settled on the park. A bossa nova softness at the edge of leaving dark. The trees are just their outlines now, gray figures in the white. And everything familiar has gone gentle in the light. I walk the path I always walk, but cannot see the end. The fog makes every straight road into something with a bend. And somewhere in the mist, a bird is practicing alone, a single instrument performing in a fog-wrapped zone. The bossa nova in my ears is warm against the cool of morning fog and damp air, filling up the pool of chest and lungs with something clean and gray and slow. The jazz guitar appreciates across the wet below. The city is behind the fog. I know because it hums, a distant murmur underneath the quiet that comes when weather puts a curtain up between the world and you, and offers something simpler, just the gray, the fog, the dew. I pass the bench where someone's left an umbrella there, a ghost of someone's evening in the foggy morning air. The droplets on the iron make a sound like brushes slow, like the percussion section tuning somewhere in the low. The bossa nova knows this pace. It was always for the walk, not the sprint, not the arrival, just the quiet talk of footsteps and of breathing, and the way the mist feels clean, and music for the in-between. The fog begins to thin a little as the hour moves, and shapes emerge from light, a building then a groove of pathway leading somewhere I can finally almost see. The bossa nova swelling as the morning comes to be. I stop and hold the moment where the fog is still around, the jazz still playing softly in the foggy morning sound, and let the world emerge at its own patient pace, while I stand in the mist with the music and the space. I put the headphones on and lost the coordinates of here. The lo-fi melody unwound the minutes and the year. And somewhere in the first verse I forgot which room I'm in. The music opened everything and let the self go thin. The notes are doing something that I cannot quite explain. They find the place behind the thoughts that lives beyond the brain. A frequency, a feeling that the body recognizes first, before the mind can categorize or name or rehearse. I am walking through a hallway made entirely of sound, each door another and I'm living in the blue. The bass note is the floor beneath the everything I know. The ambient texture is the sky. The melody is the glow of street lamps in an unfamiliar city after dark. Each bar, another corner in the musical park. The lost is not a frightening lost, not the kind that calls for rescue or for finding or for any other halls. It's the lost of the absorbed, of the one who chose to go into the interior of the music's flow. I lose the thread of what I was supposed to be today. The lo-fi melody is taking all the usual away. The to-do and the pending and the name of what comes next. And in their place, the warmth, the rhythm and the text of music writing itself in the space behind my eyes. A moving picture composed entirely of surprise and recognition, since the melody has always known the exact location of the thing I call my home. When the headphones come off finally and the room returns, the melody still lives a little in the way it burns. In the chest, a warm residue of having been inside the music and the lost and the surrendered and the ride. I have a box of letters that I've never put to post, each one addressed to someone I have loved the very most. The words are all in order and the sentences are whole, but something always stopped me at the moment of the soul. The lo-fi plays its patient loop beside the desk and lamp. The tea has cooled in waiting while I read the old and damp words that I had written in the 2 a.m. of before, when everything felt urgent and I went to find the door of language for the feeling, but the door kept closing tight. The letter written folded, never traveling to light of any other eyes except the ceiling of the room and the lo-fi beat beside me in the comfortable gloom. Dear someone in the autumn, dear another in the spring, dear the person I was different with, who showed me what I bring. When I am at my softest and my truest and most clear, these letters sitting folded in the box I keep right here. I wonder if they'd matter, if the words would still apply people who I wrote them to would even wonder why. So late, so long, so after all the relevant has passed, whether a letter from the before can last. The lo-fi crackle reads them over my shoulder as I sit. And maybe this is enough, this witness, this small acknowledgement that I had wanted to reach out and say the things that I kept folding and keeping in the gray. I take the oldest letter out and read it start to end. The writing of a younger me around an older pen. The feelings are still true, but the occasion has gone past. Yet something in the writing makes the feeling somehow last. I fold it back and set it with the others in the row. The lo-fi plays on softly and the evening starts to slow. The letters never sent are not a failure of the nerve. Their feelings turn to writing, held in careful and in curve. Curve. The full moon found the rooftop at the stroke of 10 or near, and everything it touched it turned to silver, cold and clear. The bossa nova from the speaker running off my phone was filling up the moonlit air with something not alone. I brought a blanket and a thermos and your favorite song. The playlist set for 2 hours, set for the whole long descent of the evening into something that the moon provides. When all the daylight's gone and something silver slides. The city underneath the moon looked different than the day. The edges softened, everything washed to blue and gray. The bossa nova knew the moon had always played for it. The way the music opened up inside the moonlit split between the here and somewhere, between the real and dream. You lay back on the blanket and you let the moonlight stream across your face. And I played quiet jazz guitar, each note ascending slowly to its nearest star. The trumpet on the playlist found a phrase that fit the night. A long, slow golden ribbon in the silver moonlit sight. And we were just 2 figures on a roof above the town, while somewhere in the city people tried to put it down, to sleep, to rest, to close the day, to let the Tuesday go. While we were up here open to the lunar undertow. The bossa nova playing for the moon and for the 2 who climbed up here to find the night and find each other too. slowly as the hours found their groove. The moon moved in its ancient and indifferent remove across the sky above us, while the playlist gave its best. The jazz and bossa nova for the moonlit all-night rest. I'd live up here forever if the morning wasn't planned. Just moonlit rooftop bossa nova and your hand. The silver on the city and the music in the air, and nothing that we needed that we didn't have right there. The room got very quiet at 3:15. Just the lo-fi playing barely, and the sound of me breathing, which I'd never really noticed quite this way. The inhale and the exhale making all they had to say. I pressed my fingers to my wrist and found the steady pulse, the heartbeat in the silence, like a small and patient hulk of rhythm underneath the quiet, underneath the low. The first percussion that I ever learned to know. The lo-fi beat was mirroring the beat inside my chest. Two rhythms in the silence, finding some kind of rest in each other, overlapping, never quite in sync, but close enough to make me stop and think about the music that is always running in the bone, the hum of blood and working in the cellular alone, the way the body holds its rhythm all these years, through all the joy and sorrow, through the laughing and the tears. The heartbeat in the silence is the oldest lo-fi song, a track that started before birth and will keep running long. The drum machine before all drum machines were thought, the rhythm that no human hand has ever taught. I lay my palm against my chest and feel the faithful beat, and the lo-fi player loops above this meeting and this feat of pulse and song and silence, and the body's patient art, the music that has always been the beating of the heart. The quiet room holds both of them, the lo-fi and the flesh, the ancient and the modern rhythm pressing fresh against each other in the 3 a.m. of still, the heartbeat in the silence, patient, present, real. I close my eyes and let the two rhythms have the room, the lo-fi and the heartbeat and the quiet amber gloom, and feel in the duration of that small and private space that I am held by something older than the lo-fi's grace.